This isn't motivation, it's a system. You don't lack discipline, you lack control over your 24 hours. Every failure you repeat happens at the same time every day. Same hour, same mistake, same excuse. So stop trying to fix your life and start mastering one day. Because if you control your next 24 hours, you control your future. This is how disciplined people win, not with willpower, but with structure. Watch closely. This will change how you use today. Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they make decisions in moments they were never meant to decide in. They speak when they should pause. They quit when they should wait. They react when they should reflect. They react when they should reflect. And then they wake up one day wondering how life slipped through their fingers. Discipline isn't about doing hard things every day. It's about controlling yourself when your emotions are loud and your future is quiet. That's where the 24-hour rule comes in. Because the biggest mistakes you've made didn't happen over years. They happened in minutes. One angry reply, one impulsive purchase, one emotional promise, one night where you said, "I'll deal with it tomorrow," and tomorrow never came. The truth is brutal but freeing. If you can delay a decision, you can often defeat it. If you can pause, you can protect your future. The 24-hour rule isn't about being slow, it's about being intentional. It forces you to step out of emotion and into control. When something triggers you, excites you, tempts you, or scares you, you don't decide immediately. You wait. You give your nervous system time to settle. You give your mind time to lead instead of your impulses. And that pause changes everything. Think about how many times you felt fired up, motivated, angry, inspired, or desperate, and you made a move that felt right in the moment but wrong forever. Discipline is not built in those loud moments. It's built in silence. It's built when nobody is watching and nothing is urgent except your growth. The 24-hour rule teaches you to respect time, because time reveals truth. What feels urgent now often feels unnecessary tomorrow. What feels impossible tonight often feels manageable in the morning. Your future self is calmer, wiser, and more honest than your present self. So why wouldn't you consult them before making a life-altering decision? When you wait 24 hours, you're not procrastinating, you're sharpening clarity. You're separating desire from direction. Weak discipline reacts. Strong discipline waits. Here's the part most people don't want to hear. Self-discipline isn't about motivation. It's about discomfort tolerance. Can you sit with the urge and not obey it? Can you feel bored without escaping? Can you feel angry without exploding? Can you feel tempted without giving in? Every time you pause for 24 hours, you train your brain that you are in charge, not your emotions. And the brain learns fast. It starts trusting you. It starts calming down. You stop feeling out of control because you've proven to yourself that you don't need instant relief to survive. That's power. That's mastery. That's what separates people who build empires from people who build excuses. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's a practice behavior. And the 24-hour rule is one of the fastest ways to practice it in real life. Not in theory, not in books, in moments where it actually matters, before you quit, before you argue, before you spend, before you give up. You wait, you breathe, you let the wave pass. And when it does, you often realize the decision you thought you had to make was never necessary in the first place. That realization alone can save you years of regret. Because the strongest version of you is not the one who acts fast, it's the one who acts right. And acting right often starts with waiting. The reason the 24-hour rule works so powerfully is because it interrupts patterns that have been controlling you for years. Most people think they have a motivation problem, but what they really have is a pattern problem. Same reactions, same excuses, same outcomes, different days. You don't need a new personality, you need a pause long enough to break the loop. Your brain is wired to seek comfort, approval, and escape. It wants the fastest solution, not the best one. And every time you instantly react, you reward that wiring. But when you wait 24 hours, you starve the habit that's been feeding on your impulses. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind will scream. Your body will resist. You'll feel restless, irritated, almost anxious. That's not weakness. That's withdrawal. You're pulling away from instant gratification, and your brain doesn't like losing control. This is where real discipline is born. Not when it's easy, but when it's quiet and uncomfortable. When nobody is clapping, when nobody knows you're fighting a battle inside your head. The 24-hour rule turns discipline into a system, not a feeling. You don't need willpower all day, every day. You only need one rule that protects you when you're most vulnerable. When emotions are high, discipline must be automatic. You don't negotiate, you don't justify, you delay. That delay is your shield, because emotions lie. They exaggerate pain, they dramatize fear, they promise relief they can't deliver. Time exposes those lies. After 24 hours, what felt like an emergency often reveals itself as ego, insecurity, or impatience. Think about the last time you wanted to quit something important. The urge didn't come from logic, it came from exhaustion, from frustration, from feeling unseen or unappreciated. In that moment, quitting feels like freedom. But if you wait a day, something shifts. You remember why you started, you realize the pain was temporary, but the consequences would be permanent. The 24-hour rule saves you from becoming a temporary version of yourself who ruins a permanent opportunity. That's discipline at its highest level. This rule doesn't make you passive, it makes you precise. It doesn't kill ambition, it refines it. When you delay decisions, you give space for strategy to speak. You stop reacting to life and start responding to it. There's a difference. Reaction is emotional. Response is intentional. Reaction feels powerful for a moment. Response builds power over time. Every successful person you admire has mastered this, whether they call it the 24-hour rule or not. They don't let emotions dictate actions. They let principles lead. And here's the truth. Most people miss. The more you use this rule, the less you need it. Because discipline compounds. Each time you wait, you strengthen self-trust. You start believing that you don't need to rush, force, or prove anything. Your confidence becomes quiet. Your decisions become cleaner. You stop apologizing for boundaries. You stop explaining your discipline. You move differently, calmly, decisively. That's when people start calling you disciplined, focused, unshakable, without knowing the simple rule behind it. The 24-hour rule isn't about waiting forever. It's about waiting long enough for the real you to show up. The version of you that thinks long-term, the version of you that understands sacrifice, the version of you that refuses to trade tomorrow for comfort today. And once that version takes control, self-discipline stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like identity. The real power of the 24-hour rule is revealed when it becomes part of who you are, not just something you try once and forget. Discipline is not built in dramatic moments. It's built in repetition. Quiet repetition. Boring repetition. Unseen repetition. Every time you delay a reaction, you are voting for the person you want to become. You are telling your mind that comfort is not in control anymore. You are telling your future that it matters more than the present urge. And over time, those votes add up. You stop chasing motivation because you've built momentum. You stop relying on feelings because you've created standards. This is how ordinary people do extraordinary things without anyone noticing until it's too late to stop them. The 24-hour rule doesn't remove emotion from your life. It teaches you how to manage it. You still feel anger, temptation, excitement, fear, but you no longer let those emotions drive the car. They become passengers, not drivers. That shift alone can change the trajectory of your life. You start choosing growth over ego, progress over pride, discipline over drama. And the most dangerous thing about this transformation is that it looks simple from the outside. People won't see the battles you avoided, the impulses you resisted, the decisions you delayed. They'll just see results and assume you were always this way. This is why most people never master self-discipline. They want the outcome without the restraint. They want respect without consistency. They want success without sacrifice. But discipline is the tax you pay for the life you say you want. And the 24-hour rule is one of the most effective ways to start paying that tax daily. It protects you from self-sabotage. It shields you from regret. It gives you time, and time gives you perspective. When you stop rushing decisions, you stop rushing your life, you become steady, reliable. Dangerous in the best way. Imagine how different your life would look if you applied this rule consistently. Fewer arguments, fewer regrets, smarter moves, stronger boundaries, deeper focus. You wouldn't need to announce your discipline. You wouldn't need validation. Your calm would speak for itself. Your patience would become intimidating. Because in a world addicted to instant reaction, the person who can wait is the person who wins. Understand this clearly. Self-discipline is not about punishment. It's about protection. It protects your goals from your moods. It protects your future from your impatience. It protects your potential from your past habits. And the 24-hour rule is not a limitation. It's a weapon. A weapon you can use every single day in real situations when it matters most. Use it when you're tired. Use it when you're emotional. Use it when you're tempted to quit, lash out, or settle. Let time do its job. Let clarity arrive. Then move with certainty. Before we close, it's important to be clear and transparent. This video is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or connected to Denzel Washington in any way. The voiceover, visuals, and storytelling style used in this video are entirely AI generated for motivational and educational purposes only, and any resemblance to real individuals is purely coincidental. Now, if this message challenged you, if it gave you clarity, and if it reminded you of the discipline you know you're capable of, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video so it reaches more people who need it. Subscribe to the channel for consistent, high-impact motivational content. And press the bell notification so you never miss our next powerful video designed to sharpen your mindset, strengthen your discipline, and push you closer to the life you deserve.